In this meeting, I would like to show you a different perspective of looking at the subject of human self realization. Self realization has no end. I already spoke about this in the past, about the naive, simplistic perception of enlightenment. But as you have been following this teaching, there's always something new. And imagine that you begin to evolve beyond the frame of human existence as being of light. There's really no end to it. There's no end to ascension, to expansion, no end to revelation of truth. But we are humans, and I would like to somehow redefine what constitutes human self realization, specific to human beings in an ideal scenario. Of course, human beings evolve on several levels, emotionally, their intelligence. They can also activate pure subjectivity, as we know, as you do. But what is the ideal outcome of that evolution? A bit generalizing, and it's something quite unusual, something different than what is expected. It is actually to enter the body. Usually, the concept of enlightenment is associated with going beyond the body, some kind of a transcendence into other realms. But because of the negative perception of the body, negative perception of the ego, which is associated with, the common science of enlightenment, which was born in India. But actually, the truth is much closer home. And it's because it's so close home, that's why it's so easy to miss. This body, this incarnation is what needs to be embodied. It's all about embodiment. It's all about entering our body and somehow transcending our limitations through the body, reaching the infinite through the body. And you will be, you will understand it. It will become more clear if you begin to see how much human beings are disconnected from their body, completely disconnected. They are not in the body. And why not? Because their identity is completely separated from their physical form. Their spirit is separated from their physical form. There's a complete alienation from the body, which we do not recognize because we are used to it. We don't know any other way to be. We're living in a disconnection. We are connected to the body, to the nervous system, to somatic intelligence, but the body is outside of us. We are not inside the body. So the question is, where are we? And and that question, where are we, is directly tied to the question, who are we? Who are we? What is our identity? What is that spirit that supposedly lives inside the body? What is our soul? The answer to who are we, what is our main identity, is actually quite straightforward. There's not much mystery in it if you are able to grasp it, and that is the person. But the reason why this answer is not easy to grasp is first because initially the person is unconscious. He has no identity that can be separated from the mind. And second is that he's, even if you are able to capture his identity in itself is very limited. The person lives in the front of the head as that sense of me, as the thinker, as the human ego. He has no space. He, his experience of himself is actually quite uncomfortable. So it is not very convincing, even if you are able to experience the person, that person is your soul. That person is your true self, but he is. He is your true self. He is the spark of the primordial I experience in the human body. Well, in a very limited way in the human body, but still incarnated in a human body. He is the spirit. Spirit living in the body, but disconnected from the body, alienated from the body. It's actually very, very strange situation that our true self lives in that front of our head, in this prefrontal cortex, connecting to the body through all this nervous system, processing reality through his thoughts, very uncomfortable situation if you think of it. This is why the challenge of human evolution is to change the situation, is for the person to expand, starting from him being conscious of himself, which is already, as you know, rare on this planet, actually, that someone can recognize the thinker, but there's the beginning. But then he needs to expand, he needs to enter the body. That is the main goal of human evolution, for the person to enter the body. What do you think consciousness is? Like think about it. What is really consciousness? Of course, it's about being conscious of something, but consciousness is a state of realization. It's not just being conscious of something. It's something a bit different. Consciousness, what we recently called emanation consciousness, but I just like to refer to it as consciousness, because this is what it is basically embodying the head. This is what consciousness is. Consciousness is an embodiment of the head, which most people do not have access to. They are not really, they're just aware of something on the periphery of their skull, but they don't have access to their actual head. How could they access the head? Awakening of consciousness, which is expansion into head, is it requires certain faculty which is quite rare, something that needs to be awakened, activated, and that is emanating intelligence. Like if you like now, just right now, as we did in this 1 day online retreat on emanation consciousness, if you simply relax in the person, relax in your head, relax in the front of the head, and allow yourself to fall back towards the back of your head, You're not really making any particular effort to be conscious, are you? You're just trying to enter your head. And if you are able to, this is how consciousness comes into existence. Now, emanating intelligence. Um, I'm planning to do one more live stream to talk about this because emanating intelligence is what makes awakening possible. That is the power of awakening. And I have some doubts how many students are actually able to use it properly, how many students actually mastered emanating intelligence, because first it needs to be awakened, needs to be activated, but then you need to know how to use it, because there's an emanating intelligence emanates from the person towards the within of our existence. But there is an intricate relationship between the person and that intelligence, because the person is activating it, but then he needs to get out of the way, but then he needs to identify with that intelligence, he needs to embody that intelligence while moving out of the way, because otherwise his identity as a thinker and that intelligence will be in conflict. So there's this very, very subtle process involved. So he is moving out of the way. He needs to identify with that intelligence which emanates from him. He becomes that intelligence. But the thing is that at the end, not at the end, but on the way, he needs to also be conscious of himself. If he is conscious of himself in an unskillful way, will have the conflict of identity, because he will pull attention too much to himself as the thinker rather than being that emanating intelligence and so forth. So there's this very intricate relationship between these two, the person as a center of a thinker and the person being identified with emanating intelligence, and they need to be there has to be harmony between them and integration, and at the end also unification. There's no difference whatsoever between the person and emanating intelligence. So the person actually himself is entering our body, not just emanating intelligence as his expression. Anyway, think about this. If you are able to expand into your head, if you are able to embody your head, that is consciousness. The person can be conscious, supposed to be conscious, but the person as such is not consciousness. We don't refer to person as consciousness, even though eventually he becomes consciousness, but initially he is not. So that is the first awakening you see, first significant awakening, which is awakening of consciousness, represents embodiment of the head. You have entered your head. It's quite remarkable to enter your own head, to illuminate your head with intelligence and to embody it. Then the journey of that intelligence continues. Intelligence, emanating intelligence, is supposed to enter the actual, the body below your head. Your head is also body, but your torso, which we usually, more common association with it being the actual body. Here too, emanating intelligence needs to enter. Before it can enter, we need to activate the state of being, bringing energy to our belly, reaching some kind of the level of restfulness in being, using the tool of letting go with exhalation and so forth. Being is important because it gives stability to the body. Being is already, you could say, if you realize being properly, it means that intelligence has entered the body, but not fully, because the being is experienced more in the lower belly first, does not yet include the whole body. Additionally, entering the body in a deeper way includes entering the heart and entering the emotional body. It's all part of the body, you see, because body, though physical, it has also subtle dimensions within itself. And the person has to enter all these dimensions so that the complete embodiment can take place. Um, well, in this meeting, I will simplify matters. So, if you let go into your body with emanating intelligence, hopefully, you know how to do it. Are you one with your body? Or you are still experiencing your body in the sense that body is still objectified. Somatic intelligence also gives a sense of identification with the body. It's my body. I feel it. I'm experiencing it. I might even, have a sense of being in the body, but it's not true because somatic intelligence cannot be in the body. And why not? Because the person is not in the body. The person is still in the front of the head, just relating to everything, to that, internet of and communication to the nervous networks, autonomic, connecting to autonomic system, whatever information it registers. It's all objectified. The person is really a poor thing, cannot be in the body. So so that's why if you truly feel being in the body, and that also includes being in the heart, you should feel same as you are, as a person is in the front of the head. When you are in the front of the head, there's no duality between, if you are able, of course, to pinpoint identity of the person, there's no duality between I am here and I am experiencing it, um, between I am and the experience of it. It's just a non dual, complete experience of identity in the person. So you should feel the same in the body. That I am. That is the realization of I am in the body. The realization of I am. Very important. So the realization of I am in the body is what, it's like a pivotal realization in the process of human enlightenment. But this can happen only through emanating intelligence. So if you surrender to your body, can you really say, I am? I am. Well, the distinction between I am in the body and I am the body is forgotten. Everything is one, total experience. That's why you have embodied your human incarnation. That's the realization of I am. Through the process of integration that follows, because even after emanating intelligence entered the body, there's a still certain conflict between the person as the thinker in the front of the head and, and his emanating intelligence with which he has identified that embodies the body. Through a deeper surrender and integration, that um, conflict, that remaining duality is being dissolved. Everything becomes the person. Meaning, and that is perhaps the most important goal in our evolution, that the person enters the body directly. The person enters the body, he enters the heart, he enters the emotional body. That is the totality of I am realized in the human form. Everything becomes the person. Everything becomes consciousness. Everything becomes intelligence. Everything becomes love. Totality of I am. and it happens through the body. You don't have to go beyond the body. In fact, going beyond the body, you miss the main point of your evolution. You, it's another escape from the work that you are supposed to do, which is incarnating. Yes, you can say that human enlightenment is conscious incarnation because so far your incarnation was unconscious. You have not really incarnated because to incarnate is not just to be born on this planet, but is, as the name implies, to enter the body. Conscious incarnation. So far, your incarnation was unconscious, and it was you were living in a dream. You see, one of the what differentiates waking from dream is that in waking consciousness, you are aware of your body, while in dream, when you fall asleep, you lose consciousness of your body. So in that sense, you were dreaming. You were connected to your body through your, psychosomatic intelligence, but in the same way, when you are dreaming, you are, you have some kind of a body, the dream body that you are connected to. You might even feel pain or whatnot in your dreams, but it is not real. It's not a real body. It's a dream body. So you were dreaming. So now by consciously incarnating in your body, you wake up. You're entering an actual waking state, you see? That is awakening. That is awakening. Conscious incarnation is awakening. Your body is real, and there's more to your body than meets the eye. Your body is the body of reality. It is the center of reality for you, the center that you are supposed to actualize as human incarnation. It's a lot to take because of the conditionings, a negative perception of the body, trying to, like the concept of conscious, I am not my body, I am not my mind, trying to realize some kind of a disembodied consciousness. And that's the funny thing. People want to realize things beyond the body, but they never consciously incarnated. They are not in the body in the first place. And that is the, I would say, the shocking misconception, shocking illusion, conceptual illusion that people created. Rather than trying to get out of your body, you need to come to inside your body, because you are already outside of your body, because the person is disconnected from the body, and that's not a good place to be. It's a very bad place to be, very, very fragmented, terrible place to be. Come back to your body, enter your body, surrender to your body, embody your body, and then your spirit can be said to have incarnated, waking up from a dream, entering the cosmic waking state, the center of which is your physical form, in this very now, in this very here. It is. So wake up. When you enter your body, you become filled with light, with self, with consciousness. Simply you become filled. That which was empty, because this is what it was, your body, which is not filled with, is empty, is hollow, is vacant. So that which was vacant becomes inhabited. That which was empty becomes filled with that substance, which is I am. And then you can say I am, because you have incarnated. You have somehow got out from this limbo state that you are living, thinking that you are awake, but you are asleep. You are not really here. You are somewhere, no one, God knows where. There's no really name for it, where you were. It's a dream state. Conscious incarnation is the true meaning of awakening. And it's here, and it's now, and it's what you are. And that body is where it is happening. Not any particular center, not any particular place. Whole your body is the temple that needs to be embodied through I am. And it starts with entering your head. Entering your head embodying your head is consciousness, the beginning of space, the birthplace of space, which then can expand into the rest of your body through surrender, so that eventually your incarnation becomes complete. Then you realize, as if surprised, oh, this is why I was born. This is why I existed, to incarnate. Usually we think we incarnated for this purpose or that purpose, some grand purposes. But that's not the right way of thinking, because it is the incarnation which is the goal. We need to actually incarnate. There's nothing more to be done. You just need to incarnate. By realizing I am in your body, as you all what you are, waking up from the dream, entering the cosmic waking state through the body, through the embodiment of your body, through the expansion of your spirit, which is the person, into whole of your body. Simple, isn't it? Not not so easy to realize, but once you have the clarity as what it is that you are supposed to do, everything falls into place because there's no more confusion and you are ready for the first time to incarnate.